Hi, my name is Misha, and I'm here at Citizenserve to demonstrate our document markup tool. This is a browser and device independent tool that's included with Citizenserve's cloud-based e-government software solution. There are 3 ways to access the tool from within Citizenserve. The first is to open a permit or license application and scroll down to the submittal documents. Then click on the document markup icon next to the document you want to mark up. The second way is to go to the Documents tab on a permit, a license, or a code enforcement case and click the markup tool for the document you want to mark up. A red icon indicates that markup already exists on this document. The third way to access the markup tool is from within a review activity on a permit or a license. The benefit to this method is that it also saves my markup comments to the review activity screen. I open the review activity from the Reviews tab of my file, or by selecting the activity from the task list on my home page. From the Review Activity window, I select the Markup tool in the right-hand corner. This displays a list of documents on the project, and now I select the document I'd like to mark up. Now I've loaded my document into the Markup tool. Let's start by creating a stamp to add to our document. I'll call this stamp Received. And then I'll type Received as the text to display in the stamp. Check these boxes to add a date stamp or a username, and I can click Add Image to add the town logo to my stamp. I'll select the image and click Open. I can see that my stamp is a little squished. I fix this by entering a new width and height to the stamp here. We can set the fill by selecting a color. We can change the opacity level by dragging this bar, and to keep these changes, press Choose. Update the outline color and press Choose. Slide this bar to change the outline thickness. And manage font sizes with this slider bar. I can also change my line style from solid to dashed or dotted. Change the font family with this drop-down. Let's select Courier. It looks like I'll need to change my font size to make room for this logo to display. Finally, the stamp is complete, and I can choose whether to share this stamp with my department or all departments. By default, it'll be saved to my account. Now I can add a stamp to the document by clicking the stamp and dragging it. I can resize the stamp using the sizing handles, and I can click and drag to reposition it. Each markup item receives a number to indicate its order in the review process. And there's a delete button if I want to remove the stamp and any related comments from the document. With the stamp selected, I can see a Common Comments icon, which allows me to add common comments directly to this shape. I can also add or view comments. So let's add a manual comment to this stamp. I'll enter the comments and press Save. And that's how you add a stamp to one page. To add stamps to all pages, I'll delete this stamp and select Add Stamps to All Pages. From the new page that loads, I can select the stamp I want and drag it into position in my document. From here, I can rotate the stamp or delete it. Up at the top of the window, I can change the opacity of the stamp. I can change my zoom, or I can use the eraser to delete stamps off the page. I'm going to save this change and return to the document. Let's zoom to full page to view the stamp on the first page of our document. Use the Edit Stamps option to change or delete your stamps. Simply select the stamp name from the drop-down list, edit the stamp and save changes, or select Delete from the bottom of the window. I'm going to jump to page 3 now. Let's add some shapes to our document. I'll zoom to full page to show that our stamp has been applied to all pages. Now let's add some shapes to our document. I'll select a rectangle, and I'll draw a rectangle around the compass. You can see the book icon and the manual comment icon, just as we did on the stamp. And now I'll make a manual comment on this shape. In the blue bar, I'm able to change the settings of the shape. I can change the name of the item to compass. I can also change the fill and outline. I select the color and then choose. I can change the thickness or style of my line. Let's draw a circle and click to drag it into an ellipse around these trees at the top of the plan. On every shape, we get the comments book and the manual comment tools. I want to add some landscaping comments, so I'll open the Common Comments book and filter for landscaping comments. I'll select the comments I want and choose a status from the drop-down. Then we'll save my changes. Now I'll select the arrow shape and draw an arrow. And let's make the line thicker for visibility. I'll change the outline color. And let's make a manual comment. Let's select the line tool. I click and drag to draw the line. I can change the line style by making that selection on the blue bar on the left. And we can add a comment to the line. Let's also rename this line item so the applicant can understand what we're talking about. We'll call this road setback. Now we're at the free draw tool, which is pretty cool. Let's add a walkway around the trees here. I click and drag my mouse along the path I want the line to take. Now I can change the thickness, color, and outline style to make this a green dashed line. And let's rename this walking path. And we can add a manual comment to give the applicant more details about this item. Now let's review the tools listed in the blue bar. I can create a bookmark to help myself and others navigate through the document. I'll select the bookmark tool from the left and then click on the document page itself to set the bookmark. Now I see a window where I can name my bookmark. We'll call this page 3, Site Geometry. Now I'll jump to page 6 and we'll add another bookmark. We click on the tool, click on the page, and enter the title of this bookmark. Now we can use the bookmark drop-down to jump between pages. Let's add text to page 6. We can resize it and change font and font color. Let's zoom in a little, and now I'll select the highlight tool. I can highlight the text on the document, and I can also add comments. And you can choose to use or ignore the comment status. Now let's take some measurements. To do this, we'll need to calibrate the document. You can calibrate the document based on a scale diagram, a defined length in the document, or a measurement you've taken out in the field. Let's calibrate this document using the 65-foot line drawn on our plans. So I draw the line and enter 65 in the feet field of the calibration window. Now we've calibrated our document. And now I can select the area tool to measure the green space in the corner. I just click to start the tool, then continue to click on each angle until I complete my measurement. As shown in the other tools, I can modify the area properties in the blue bar on the left. I'll rename this shape Green Space to help the contractor know what this comment refers to. And I can make comments. So let's open the Common Comments book and select Landscaping. I'll indicate that each of these are comments, not conditions, in the status bar. I can also measure the length of Gordon Street by selecting the ruler icon. I can click and drag to measure the length. I can rename it I'll also change the color to blue. The Measure Distance tool will allow me to measure distance around a corner. So let's take the length of the parking lot. We'll start our line at the top and drag down. We'll click into the corner and drag right. We click to end the line and then right-click to end the shape. We can see our vertical length of 189 feet, our horizontal length of 116 feet, and the total length, which is listed in the middle of the shape. We'll give our measurement a new name. We'll call it Length of Parking Lots. We've reviewed all of the tools on the toolbar as reviewer Morgan Katz. We've logged in as Liam Jameson in the building department. He's going to open the markup tool from the review activity, just as Morgan did in our previous example. And now let's add our own received stamp. We'll resize it, and we'll add a comment from Liam. We'll zoom out to see the stamp we already applied to all documents. Then let's jump to our first bookmark and review Morgan's comments. Note, Morgan's comments are hidden because her name is not checked off under Reviews. Let's check her name, and now we can view all of her comments. Because we're logged in as Liam, we can see her comments, but we cannot edit them. Now let's look at the rest of the tools in the ribbon across the top of the page. The Add View Comments allows me to add my own comment to the document. This is where I can review comments already in the document. Again, we can only change comments that we've made. We can also open the Common Comments book. This is where we can group commonly used comments by activity or category and filter the display by comment group. Select the comment to include it in my markup. Comments are editable, so I can add to or change the existing text. The lightning bolt icon allows me to import markups from previous documents. We'll get to this in a few minutes. There's an undo and a redo option. The eraser will remove all markups from the document. The rotate button will rotate your page. And here are a number of zoom tools. We're currently looking at the full page zoom. You can zoom in or zoom out. The X is zoomed to 100%. Or click the width arrow to zoom to page width. Click the down triangle to zoom down and the up triangle to zoom up. Or select your zoom percentage from the zoom scale indicator. The I will hide item numbers or display them if hidden. And we've already clicked the page navigation arrows, and we've walked through bookmarks. We've completed our review, and now we're ready to send our markup. We'll use the email icon in the top right corner to generate our email. I can choose to show or hide other reviewers' comments, but let's include them all. I select a recipient by clicking the ... next to the To field. We'll select the applicant as the recipient. We can type in a subject and message, and we can see that our document is included as an attachment. We can also use the Generate Document tool to create the PDF of our site plan with our markup items and comments. Again, we'll include the other reviewers' comments. Now we can see all of the markups on this document. From here, I can save, email, or print this document. This generated file will also be saved to the Documents tab. And when I'm finished making changes, I hit the disk icon to save my changes and exit the file. From here, I can mark up the next document or return to the review screen. We can see the markup comments can also be viewed from the comments section of our review activity. This markup is also available from the Citizen portal. So let's go to the portal now. I'm already logged in, so I'll view my request, Then I'll select the permit from the displayed list. And then I'll click on the Documents tab. There are two ways to review comments on this particular set of site plans. First, we can go to the PDF document we just generated from within the Markup tool. We can see all of the markup shapes layered on the original document, and our comments are listed at the end of the file. Second, we can click View Comments on the site plan document from the Documents list. Here we see a filterable view of the marked up document. We're looking at page 1 and we can see the stamp for Liam. We have a drop-down menu that will allow us to go to different pages, so we'll go to page 3. Here we can see the marked up items and their numbers. And on the left we can filter to just see the compass comments. We can select any item to see it highlighted in blue on the page. You can also use the navigation buttons to jump to the different pages of the document, and this is how your applicants can view comments made during the review process. Your applicants can also resubmit new documents through the portal. Let's imagine that a new version of the plans have been resubmitted and are ready for more markup on the staff side. We'll log back into Citizenserve and go back to the review activity to open the Markup tool. Now I'll select version 2. We can use the lightning bolt activity to import our markup from the previous version. The drop-down displays all related site plans. We'll select the version we want and we'll jump to page 3 to see our markups. Now we can review or modify our prior comments. I've taken you on an in-depth look at Citizenserve's document markup tool. It's a browser and device independent tool that you can use on your document review process. Remember, if you're a Citizenserve subscriber and you have questions about this tool, you can submit a support center request within Citizenserve to get help or training. And if you're not yet a subscriber, come check out our site and see how Citizenserve's cloud-based e-government software solution can help you manage your workload. Thanks for watching.